We'll go ahead and call the K-12 Subcommittee to order. Members, if you will, go ahead and be entering in your codes on your keypads, and we'll open up the board to take the roll. All right, clerk, please take the roll.
Mr. Chairman, you have 7 members present. You have a quorum.
All right, thank you for that. Members, any personal orders before we're set to begin here? All right. Seeing none, we have 2 items on the calendar here today. Item number 1, House Bill 1052 by Representative McKenzie. Properly motioned. Representative McKenzie, you are recognized on House Bill 1052, and I do believe you have an amendment.
I do. Thank you, Chair. The amendment is Amendment 11706.
All right. Do I have a motion?
Second.
Properly motioned. Members, it does rewrite the bill, so without objection, we will take a vote to go ahead and adopt Amendment 11706. All those in favor of adopting the amendment, please say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed say no. The ayes have it. We are back on your bill as amended. Representative McKenzie, you are recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And just quickly, what the amendment does is it'll change the effective code to the current TCA code, basically requiring that the data come from OREA. But a few things about what the legislation asks. It's a data gathering piece of legislation on the educational scholarships. It's asking for the number of recipients who participated in the program for 2 or more school years, and then the number of recipients who were enrolled in public schools in this state for the immediate preceding year. Also asks the number of recipients who were eligible for the first time to enroll in K-12 school within the state of Tennessee. You know, bottom line is it's a data gathering. It's so we can make informed decisions, like we similarly with the 3rd grade reading retention bill, which I supported. What we ended up finding out over the time is that we needed to modify it, but that came from the data, what was coming in. So this is a similar ask. You know, heard a lot of things about the public deserving information and all that, but the bottom line is we talk about being fiscally conservative on both sides of the aisle and how important it is for government to be transparent. But right now we don't have that transparency, and what this piece of legislation would do would be to open up that transparency just to let the people know who's getting the vouchers, where the data's going, and then we can track it more adequately going forward.
All right, thank you for that. Members, any questions for our sponsor? Chairman Watt.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And we're asking the OREA to do this, but you're also asking them to do it on a recurring basis, which is usually not their job. They do reports for us one time. What about, and I know they also do the other, but why not DOE on this?
Representative McKenzie.
Well, you know, honestly, when you look at what OREA does and the quality of their work, I think it's a separate, a more independent agency entity. And once the process is started, it should be a fairly simple thing for them to collect it each year.
Chairman Watt, you're recognized.
Have we talked to the Department of Education about this concept or any conversation going on there?
Representative McKenzie.
In the past we have, but you know, this like it was asked, you know, in the first part of this session, and they did not seem to be very interested in doing it because we don't have the data today. I mean, it's available to them. They've just for some reason chose not to do it. But I did have conversations with them about it on last year, and not really received any favorable indication that they're going to do it going forward.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Representative Slater, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. And I just want to make sure that I'm clear on this. Item number 1, number of recipients, that is currently being collected, that data. Is that correct?
Representative McKenzie.
Yes, that is correct in terms of it moving from 20 to 25 within the current legislation, and then 5,000 each year.
Chairman Slater.
So item number 2 would be in a similar posture. I'll try to get this in one question. And but then item number 3 and item number 4 those are not currently collected. Is that correct?
Representative McKenzie.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Actually, item 2 is not necessarily collected yet because we're in year 2. But to your point, we should know based on the number, if they hit that 75% mark each year, that they'll move up. But yes, 2 and 3. But what this would do is put it into one place. Gives us a clear snapshot of what's going on as it relates to the scholarships.
Chairman Slater.
And just final question then. So this is, I think, more than just putting it into one place. It's also requiring what is currently not in law, collecting data that is currently not in law. Is that correct?
Representative McKenzie.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. To my knowledge and conversations, this information is available today. So we're not asking questions that we don't already have the information on today. They understand that they know who's in public schools. They know the number of students and what students are in public schools, which students are coming into our public schools. So all the information is there. From a DOE standpoint, they just have not put that data together in a comprehensive way.
Chairman Slater.
Sorry for the one follow-up. I'm not sure that that's accurate. I'm not sure that this data is being collected, especially for, I understand number 2, that we've got to wait, of course, a year. But I don't believe that number 3 and 4, I think that this would be a new requirement. And for that reason, I'm going to have to oppose this legislation.
Representative McKenzie.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I again, kindly push back a little bit on that. I think the Department of Education knows the number of students that were in public school in the state for the previous year. I think they have that data, which is what 3 is requesting. Who are the students in 2024, 25? Who are the students in 25, 26? They have that data. They're just not pulling together. And similar, who are the students who are for the first time entered into a public school system? They have that. Whoever went to Hume Fogg last year, they have the number that was in last year, the names, and they have the actual students that came in 25, 26. So I'll gently push back on that. I think that information is there statewide. It just requires assembly.
All right, any other questions? Seeing none, without objection, we are set to vote. Clerk, would you please open up the board for the vote? And they said to make sure to press it yourself. Yeah, I'm giving you a second there. All right, clerk, please take the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 2 ayes, 5 noes, and 1 present not voting.
Thank you. Based on the totals, the bill fails to pass. That brings us to item number 2 on our calendar. This is the addendum calendar. It's House Bill 2011 by Chairman White and Leader Cochran. Properly motion. Leader Cochran, you are recognized on House Bill 2011.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and committee. This bill simply extends for just a little bit longer the study committee that we've put together to look for some innovations in education. I've had the pleasure of serving on that committee with Chairman Slater, Chairman Haston, and others. And so I think we have a report together. We just need it extended in law so we can meet one more time to vote on those recommendations.
All right, thank you for that. I think it is the first official summer study that's going into February. All right.
That's correct.
Representative McKenzie, you're recognized.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And I would just encourage the committee, as I saw the committee, it looked like you all did really good work, but really wasn't a diverse committee in terms of size of the aisle. There was nobody from the minority party. So I just ask going forward to consider making sure that it's pretty balanced as it relates to these issues going forward. So just a request. So thank you.
Leader Cochran.
Yep, thank you.
All right. Members, without objection, we are set to vote. Clerk, would you open up the board for voting? All right, please take the vote.
Mr. Chairman, you have 8 ayes.
All right, based on the total, the bill passes on to full education. Members, that's the final item on the calendar. Without objection, or any other comments or personal orders, we stand adjourned.